Hey guys, it's Denver, and in this video we're going to go over the Bikini Body Progress Tracker. So essentially the way the program is running, I'm going to provide you with your macronutrient targets. I've provided you with a nutritional calculator to help you to make adjustments to your macronutrient targets based on your preferences as well as your progress. But we also need a way to determine whether you are progressing or not. So using this Bikini Body Progress Tracker, you're able to put in your name, your start date, your weight, your goal weight, the starting macros that I've given you. So this will be 0. So that would be nothing, that would be nothing, and that would be nothing. And then you can put in your starting measurements as well. So let's just assume that I've given you 135 grams of protein, 185 grams of carbs, and 55 grams of fat. So that's just starting off macros, and you've put in your measurements, etc. right here to start off with. Each week, what we want to do is fill out this report so then you can track things and you can make sure that you're trending towards the right direction. So we're going to chuck in, I'm just going to do a quick example for you right now. So I'm just going to type my name here, and the start date today is the 25th of the 11th, and my start weight is 96 kilos, and I would hope to be 92 kilos would be nice. Okay. And I've got my starting measurements, so I'm just going to put everything in centimeters with notes. So you want to measure 15 centimeters up from your elbow for your measurement, smallest part of your waist for your abs, the widest part of your hips and glutes for your glute measurement, and then 20 centimeters up from your knee for your thigh measurement. So utilizing those guides for the measurements will just ensure that your measurements are accurate every time you do them. And also with the scale weight, I will also note that it's ideal to weigh yourself first thing in the morning after you've been to the bathroom. That's probably the most real and accurate weight that you can ever be. There's going to be fluctuations in regards to that, but they're going to be minimal compared to whether you've eaten or drank food, etc. So try to keep that in mind and try to weigh yourself first thing in the morning after going to the bathroom. So I'm not going to put any measurements in there because I have no idea, but I've just completed a week and I want to track things to make sure that I've input my data so I can track for next week, and I can compare this week's information next week when I input more data. So today's the 25th of the 11th, 15. My weight today is 96 kilos. Average weight. So average weight means if you weigh yourself every single day, first thing in the morning after you've gone to the bathroom, write that down on paper, add all those numbers together, and then divide that by 7. That will give you your average weight for the week. And I'll get the calculator out once again just to give you guys a complete thorough understanding example. So I was 96 today, so let's just backtrack and just assume 7 days. It's been 7 days, okay? So I was 96 7 days ago, and then that's 1 day, and then another day I was 95.8. Add that up, and then another day I was 97.2 for some reason, and then another day I was 96.2, dropped a bit of weight, and then I was 95.8 for some reason, and then I was 96.7, and I think I think I'm up to 5. I think I got 2 more. I think let's hope that I'm right. Times 8, and then one more, 96. Okay, so that's my total number, 770. If I divide that by 7, it says that I'm 110. Okay, so I screwed that up, and I'm not going to go and make this video again. But basically, I'm just going to do it real quick. So let's just say I was 96 for 4 days, and then there was 3 more days in that week. So then I was 95, and then I was 97.5, and then for the last day, I was 96. So that's 672.5 divided by 7. 96.07 is my average weight. Sorry about that screw up, but I'm pretty sure you guys are with me. You understand what I just did. So 96.07 is what I would write for my average weight. And there's always going to be a weight and fluctuation in weight, but then average weight helps to determine whether it's accurate or inaccurate. So sometimes your weight can fluctuate a lot here, but then your average weight is fairly consistent, and that's a good thing to note. So I'll just put in 96.07, I think it was. And that's cool. And put in my arms measurement, which might be, I don't know, 49 centimeters. We'll just chuck in any number right here. Nope, that would definitely not be right. And then I got some good quads, I think. Boom. Okay, current macros are still my starting macros. So 135 protein, 185 carbs, and 55 fat, which tells me my calories automatically. So try not to touch this one right here because it has a formula already. So if you delete that, you're going to lose that formula. So that's cool. Did I have a refeed? Yes or no? Yes, I did have a refeed. So I'm going to type in yes. Did I do any cardio? Nope, I did not do any cardio. Any notes to consider? Refeed was 350 grams of carbs. Cool. If you want to write more information, you definitely can. I can write also got a PB on bench press, 150 times 10. Feeling great. High energy. And you can pretty much write whatever you want. Just report to yourself. And that's just going to slide across like that. If you want that to stay within that box, you definitely can do that. Just click on that cell and then go to wrap text. And you can go shrink text to fit. And that'll fit that way. Or you can just click wrap text and that'll spread it out a bit. Or we can undo both of those and then just click this guy right here. Sorry, that's not how you do it. What you do is you go to the next cell and just put a space there and that'll hide it. But then that information will still be there right up here. So it really depends. If you want it to look cleaner, you can. If you want to extend this out all the way to there, you can definitely do that too. There's no problem with that. But that's a really good way to track your progress every single week. Do a check-in, check your weight, make sure you're changing in the right way. Your average weight's improving, your measurements are improving the way that you want them to, and keep note of your macro change. So right now I'm 96 and I was 96 a week ago or 2 weeks ago. Not happy with that. I want to see a change. So I'm going to adjust that. And there's two ways you can use this form. You can either just write down what your macros were right there like I've done, which is kind of like a check-in, and then I can go again on the same date and then just put in that same date right there and then just chuck in the macro adjustment that I'm going to make. And to choose the adjustment, I would open the nutritional tracking calculator and I would choose an adjustment that suits me in order to lose that weight, and that might be 135 protein still, and that might give me 155 carbs, and that might give me 50 grams of fat, which is a reduction in calories. And then that's my plan. And you can write it there if you want to, or you can write it on paper somewhere else, or you can just write your new macros pretty much right here, which is what you plan on doing. So it's really up to you. There's 12 spots here for 12 check-ins, but if you choose to do a check-in and then add in your adjustment below it, you can just remove this black line by going to here and just going no fill, and then you can just continue all the way through as you wish. And that is pretty much how you use the Bikini Body Progress Tracker. Highly recommend that you use it, because without using it, you have no clarity. You're unsure whether your waist is getting smaller or your thigh, your abs, or whatever. You're unsure how consistent you've been with your cardio, if you had a refeed, what your weight is, etc. So this is a really good way to manage your progress and ensure that you keep progressing in the right way. And by reviewing this, you'll be able to make smart adjustments when it comes to the nutritional calculator and moving on to ensure that you get the best results possible. So that's pretty much it. I hope you guys learned a little bit, and if you have any questions, once again, feel free to ask.